16, the first thing you need to do was state the range. So you needed to list your numbers, least to greatest. -1, 0, 2, 3. Number 2, you need to solve the equation. First, combine your like terms. After you've done that, start solving for x. Divide, and you get x equals -4. For number 3, you need to solve this for y. So if you add 2x to both sides, and then I rearrange this so that it's 2x plus 5 instead of 5 plus 2x, then it is solved for y. Questions on those 3?
So like, I just don't really understand like the whole domain thing, which you probably should, like, that's like full square, but like.
Domain is your x values, furthest left to furthest right. If it's just a bunch of ordered pairs like this one, it would just be a list of numbers. Range is your y values, lowest to highest. If it was ordered pairs like it is, you would just list the numbers. If these were connected, then you would just pick the lowest and the highest number and just use those two. You look like you still have a question.
What's the x one here?
X values counting on the x-axis.
Okay, so it's
So
like
you're
left to
doing-
right. Okay.
And then your y values counting on your y-axis.
Okay, so it's like down to up and then left to right.
Yes.
Okay.
Number 4, you needed to solve this equation. It was a proportion, so you needed to cross multiply. After you cross multiplied and distributed, you needed to move something to the other side. Does not matter what that was, so if you didn't solve it the way I did, that's okay. After you move something to one side, move the opposite. So if you move a constant first, move a variable term second. Divide, and your answer should be 8. And then for number 5, you need to graph this, but it was in standard form. So you need to get it in slope-intercept form first. Add 3x to the other side, just like we did in example 3. I rearranged it and then divided everything by 2. So y equals 3 over 2x plus 6. So when we go to graph this, we would start at 6 on our y-axis and then go down 3 to the left 2 as many times as possible. We have any questions about this one? Right. So for today, those of you that are taking the benchmark and have done all your benchmark work, you'll be doing that. Those of you that said you wanted to take the benchmark, but your benchmark work is not done, you'll be working on that. Remember that the longer it takes you to do the benchmark work, the less time you have to take the benchmark. So be mindful of time. If you are missing a test, you're going to be working on that. If none of that applies to you, I want you to be working on the review on your desk because your quiz is not tomorrow. Next time I see you, next class.
Thursday.
Yes, thank you. Okay. The review is short, but there are 3 objectives on that page that I'm on. Notice when one starts and one stops. Your 3 objectives are direct variation, inverse variation, and then the joint and combined inverse variation. Okay. So if you're not working on benchmark work or missing tests, you're working on the review. The answer key is on Canvas, so you can double check yourself with that. But if you have questions on any of those, let one of us know. Anyone have questions on what we're doing today? You guys have this time to work.